Hello out there in YouTube land. All right. Look what was on the porch this morning. My amplified parts order. Woohoo! Love it. Christmas morning, every time my box shows up. And I love all their stuff. They have great parts for the amp builder. I think their website's really streamlined. Their ordering system's really easy. Some of those other companies feel, I don't know, when I go to their website, it just feels crunky and there's so much stuff to muddle through. Amplified Parts seems to really kind of streamline what you're going to need for amp building. And I love that. And their customer service is really top notch. Anytime I've ever had an issue, which is once in the 3 years I've been doing this, they were super helpful and their stuff always arrives super quick, immediately. And today we're going to do a little unboxing. It's cold in here. The coffee's warm. Let's see what we got going here on the temp. Oh, crap, we're at about a little bit above 45. It's chilly in here. Got some stuff going on, some projects I've been working on. The Ankh. Dark Horse. The Angry Redhead. Been messing with my Fractal lately. Broke this out. Started playing with it again. I'm going to start using it more to kind of like produce tones and stuff for when I'm working, trying to voice amplifiers and whatnot as I get better. Anyways, back to the order. All right, so turn this heater off. Okay. Stand by here. Gank the box open. Oh, sorry about that. All right, let's check it out. Unboxing. Always packaged very well. Got some tubes on top. Got my EL34s. Got some 12AX7s. Let's see what we got. More stickers. Love it. Wow, so I'm running out of box room. I'm gonna have to come up with some more space. I don't know if you guys use these yellow jackets. They're really cool too. They're super handy rectifier converters from rectifier tube to solid state and other conversions in tube land. All right, some big caps here. What are we dealing with here? Another 250. What do I got here? 50/50s. I got no focus, literally. All right, so that's that. Some turrets. More box. This is great. I just love unboxing my orders. It's so much fun to see all the cool hip boutique caps. I have to admit, I'm a little bit of a cap addict. I like to order all sorts of different caps of shapes and sizes and brands just to maybe see what I like, what my ear agrees with. And so one of the things that really drives me nuts about placing orders with these guys, though, personally on my end, is that every time I spend a whole bunch of time getting my order put together, I hit send, place order, and then I go out to the shop and I pull open a drawer and, oh, I'm out of 220s or 470s. And so it's like a never-ending cycle of orders. I've spent quite a bit of money with amplified parts, probably not as much as some, but maybe more than others. And these are all going to go into some build ideas that I have currently. I'll show you what I've been looking at. I found these online, and I prefer schematics. Some people like the layouts. I work off schematics best. So I got some interesting, these are the Soldano ones here. I found this online, which is somebody went and reverse engineered a Dirty Shirley, a Friedman Dirty Shirley. So I have this. I'm going to try and make it happen soon. I was going to earlier, but then I just kind of chickened out and decided not to, but it's coming up. And then I've got a schematic for this orange Dark Terror. Sorry if my phone's not focusing, but yeah, it's an orange Dark Terror schematic, and I've already done one of these into a what I called a tiny green Terror, and I took the orange tiny Terror and converted one of these signets into a tiny Terror. So I call them the tiny green Terror. And it sounds really good. I like an orange, the voicing of an orange amp, but it's not for me personally, like what I would choose for my guitar tone, but I'm trying to build as many different things as I can and go, I want to build lots of different tones and structures and just come up with as much different sounding stuff as I can just to play with. I mean, you need to have a reservoir of variety. I think you can't just build the same amp every time. If you want to learn and diversify your intelligent, building techniques, for lack of a better way to put it. But yeah, I go off some of these schematics. I've done this Marshall 6V6 a couple times on some of these builds or conversions. And so that's kind of what's coming up. So far, I've just kind of done Marshalls and Soldanos. And I've got a lot of high hopes for this one. It's close. It's about 85% there. I'm still dealing with some hum issues, and just kind of getting it dialed in. Really, probably biased and get my voltages correct. I got to go through it some more. But so cold morning in the shop. Shout out to YDNA for the good info and the crazy amp that I love like none other. Here's the amp that got it all started for me. It was a combo that a friend of mine gave to me, and I toted it around for damn near 20 years, and then decided one day it was time to make it happen. And I really didn't know anything about tube amps, and so I took it to my friend Aaron, who I did the RCA conversion video on, and he worked on it. And when I got it back, I decided I was going to build this head for it, which was pretty awkward trying to fit a combo chassis into a head design sometimes. But it worked out good. And this amp sounds really, really cool, man. It's the cleanest, most compressed amp tone ever. And I don't know if anybody knows about Massey St. George, Massey Electronics. George Massey was with Fender. Let's see if I can find it's upside down. Massey Electronics, Los Angeles, California. George Massey was with Leo Fender in the early days when the Fender first came about, and then they parted ways, and Massey went to St. George Company to make St. George amplifiers. And I have one of these old Lancer St. Georges. The schematic for it is called the El Beso, I guess. So, but this amp is the one that really got me started into tube amplification, and it's a super, super simple tube design. very basic wiring in there. The most basic you've ever probably seen on a tube amplifier, but that's where I kind of started, with the super basic wiring, and figured it out and traced it back and learned its ins and outs. And there it sits. And I love its tone. It's got like, I don't know, it's just got really good, like, you know, Larry Carlton, Steve Lukather kind of super compressed cleans, chimey. I just love this amp. I can't say enough about it. Anyways. All right. So this was the unboxing. I guess I kind of expected more. You know, God, I spent $450 on this order. Ah! So, yeah, a lot of it was the tubes. But, you know, amp parts aren't cheap. And, you know, it's a labor of love and expense when you're doing amp design. There's a little shot of my bench. You know, what my little spot looks like right now. Kind of where I'm at. I come out here a lot when I need to get away, do my thing. I don't practice enough, damn it. But all right, well, thanks for joining me on this. If you're still here, appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And love you all. Have a great day. Be nice to each other. Peace out.